He hop out, try to go grab your Draco, boom, shot go off.
The documentary, released on October 18th, has nearly 500,000 views on YouTube. And an appearance from...
Do the same thing to you, so why not do it to them? Why show them compassion when they ain't gonna show your folks no compassion?
We want to start with that late-breaking news coming out of Birmingham. Multiple gunmen believed to be on the run after a deadly shooting. Now, the tragedy taking place in the heart of 5 Points South. We're told it happened on Magnolia Avenue near 20th Street.
On a quiet September night, Birmingham's vibrant 5 Points South area was rocked by violence, leaving 4 people dead and 17 others injured. Today, we bring you the latest updates on this tragic case, including the arrest of the suspected Damien McDaniel. This is a story about a city in shock, a community's resolve, and the urgent call for an end to gun violence. Stay with us as we take a deep dive into what happened and what's next.
4 people are dead and 18 others are injured. Investigators telling us several shooters opened fire on a crowd of people outside of a popular lounge. At this time, no arrests have been made. I do want to bring back WVTM 13's Emma Owen. She's been following this story all morning long with us as well. Emma, can you tell us what is the latest update we received from police?
Well, Jarvis, police tell us that a total of 22 people were shot here last night. Among them, 4 died, 3 men and a woman, and then 18 others were also shot. Their injuries range from non-life-threatening to life-threatening. And now police say multiple shooters fired at a large group of people who were outside the 5 Points Entertainment District last night. This was on Magnolia Avenue South, where we are here this morning. Now, detectives do not think this was a random shooting. Rather, they believe it stemmed from an isolated incident and multiple people were caught in the crossfire. Right now, they're working to answer several questions. Who are these suspects? Who is the intended target? And also whether or not a Glock switch was used to carry out this mass.
We are investigating that there's multiple shootings, and we are investigating that there possibly was a switch used, which goes to show you how important it is we get anyone and everyone who has that in their arsenal off of our streets.
That was Officer Truman Fitzgerald with the Birmingham Police Department. Now, he says BPD is working with the ATF and FBI to solve these questions here in this case that still remain. In the meantime, they're asking anybody with information to come forward, especially business owners here in the 5 Points South area, anybody who may have captured what happened last night on surveillance footage. Now, you can call BPD directly with any tips or information. You can also report them anonymously through Crime Stoppers. Live in Birmingham, Emma Owen, WVTM 13.
Emma, thank you. Now, we're still waiting to hear the condition of the victims that were taken to the hospital. We spoke to a bystander who was there right after the chaos erupted. He describes the scene as very scary.
You don't see stuff like this, just you going out to have a good time and you walk up on something like this. So it's very rare that you see something like this very close to home, so just kind of sad for, the public and the family members and friends of the people that got wounded.
On the night of September 21st, 2024, multiple gunmen approached Birmingham's busy 5 Points South Entertainment District. In a matter of minutes, a shooting spree left 4 people dead. Anitra Holloman, Taj Booker, Carlos McCain, and Roderick Patterson Jr. 17 others were injured in the attack, creating one of Birmingham's most tragic nights in recent memory. After an intense investigation, the Birmingham Police Department arrested 22-year-old Damien McDaniel. Charged with multiple counts, including capital and assault, McDaniel is suspected not only of the Birmingham mass shooting, but also in the separate killings of 2 other people in the days surrounding the attack. The details of his arrest bring a glimmer of hope for justice, but the questions surrounding these events remain complex. Damien McDaniel is charged with several violent crimes that have rattled the Birmingham community.
Birmingham police revealed 4 men have been arrested in connection to 3 homicide cases from September, including the 5 Points South mass shooting. 2 of those men had scheduled court appearances earlier today.
Rollins and McDaniel both face charges in connection to the Jamarcus McIntyre. McDaniel faces other charges in connection to the Hush Lounge mass and a that killed a woman at 604 Bar and Lounge. Our reporter, along with other media, were restricted access to the courtroom during Rollins' hearing. Rollins was not physically brought into the courtroom. His attorney spoke with the judge behind closed doors. When our reporter asked the bailiff why they were not allowed inside during the public hearing, she was told it was the judge's courtroom. McDaniel was present in court for his hearing. He's being charged with 2 counts of capital murder, at least 16 counts of assault, 3 counts of attempted murder, and intentional murder.
All of these attacks unfolded within just days of each other, leaving the city reeling. Following the arrest, Birmingham Mayor Randall Woodfin expressed his determination to bring justice to the victims and their families.
This American epidemic of gun violence. We should not allow people to just ride around with any style type of weapon that doesn't even belong on domestic streets. It should not be allowable, period. I don't care what your politics are.
He stated, "Today was a major step toward justice. We told you we'd find those responsible, and we have kept that promise." Holloman's mother shared with CNN that knowing a suspect is behind bars allows her to find a bit of peace. Yet, for her and many others, the pain of losing loved ones remains. This tragic event marks Birmingham's place among over 420 mass shootings across the United States this year. While national crime rates have trended down, Birmingham has seen a significant increase, with 41.7% more murders in the first part of 2024 compared to last year. The numbers tell a grim story, but they also underscore the need for change. This investigation relied heavily on tips from the community, over 300 in fact. Birmingham Police Chief Scott Thurmond called the community's help extremely valuable in moving the case forward. Without this public support, the road to justice would have been much longer and harder. This case sheds light on the devastating effects of gun violence and highlights a community's resilience.
ATF and FBI were on scene with us assisting in that investigation. We believe this was a targeted. It was not something that occurred at that location, but there was an individual there who was targeted. We believe the individual that was targeted is among the deceased. We believe that there was a hit, if you will, on that particular person, as far as, someone was willing to pay money to have that person. We believe that, approximately over 100 shell casings were collected, along with numerous other pieces of evidence. We're currently reviewing video surveillance and other things. That's 21 people whose lives were forever changed. That's 21 families that were, some were destroyed and some were just altered, and just our hearts go out to them.
Tragedy in 5 Points South overnight. 4 people dead, 17 others hurt. More than 100 shots fired in a search for suspects in what Birmingham police are calling a mass shooting. Dejon Singleton, who you just heard from, says he saw 5 or 6 people leaving the scene on stretchers. Good evening. I'm Megan Scarano. Hundreds of people were seen running, screaming, and crying following the gunfire. Hours after the shooting, crowds of people remained in the area, and well into the morning, families of the victims were arriving to find out what they could about their loved ones. 3 people died at the scene. A 4th victim died at the hospital. No one is in custody, but BPD is vowing to find those responsible.
Those families and what they're feeling right now, the anger, the hurt, the pain, the loss. I will say this, we, all of us, as a community, owe it to them to do everything we can to take these off our streets. Last night, what happened in our community was extremely unfortunate. In the 2200 block of Magnolia Avenue, I think there are many things we can do. The first thing and the priority is to get these find these and get them off our streets.
It was people everywhere, people crying, screaming. I seen people running, the grieving type screaming, like, I know someone is hurt or have passed away. So it was that type. So that's when I instantly knew someone lost a loved one in Club Hush. And it's sad. It's very sad.
As Birmingham seeks justice for the victims, let's remember that real change starts with each of us. Whether it's supporting local efforts to reduce violence or raising awareness, we can all play a part in creating safer communities. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you'd like more updates on breaking news stories and in-depth investigations. Let's continue the conversation in the comments below.